welcome.
Hi, how are
Yeah.
you?
I'm excited to have you here today.
I'm
Yes,
excited
I'm
to be
so pumped up.
on.
Yes, yes. I want to say, welcome to the Nikki Rich Show. We know it's your first time here, but I'm so pumped up. It's a beautiful day here in LA. And I said, we have to get Anila on here today.
I wish I was in LA.
Yes, it's so hot here today. I'm telling you, I love it. But welcome. I tell you, I want to let everybody know, like I said previously, you are making things happen. You are a global executive, a mother of two, a wife, a fashion blogger, and now have ventured into reality TV, married to medicine. How does
hmm
that feel with all this going on? But you are knocking those doors down.
It's a lot. It's
Hmm.
definitely a lot, but it's been fun. It's been a fun ride. It's obviously really busy being a mom and being a fashion blogger. People think that it's not a job, but it is
Yes.
because it does give me a paycheck. So,
That's what I
but
wanted to
yeah, I
talk
mean,
to
it's
you
it's
about too, because people don't really take blogging seriously, but we are the ones that keep it going. And during this pandemic, we have kept the internet just flowing.
We have. And whether it's like through TikTok, doing reels, videos, or just everyday blogging. I mean, and before the pandemic, that's kind of how I used to shop. I don't really go into the malls and stuff. So
Yeah.
for me, I shop through influencers. And that's when I realized, hey, this is something maybe I can do. And so absolutely love it. Can you see me? Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
I can see.
Yeah.
And I
Um,
love the way you, like, if you have any outfits or any new fashions, you direct the people where they need to go. You like,
mhm.
hey, okay, here, this is where you got to go.
Here's the link. Yeah. So it's like you almost become like an official blogger, at
Hmm.
least a fashion blogger with the Like to Know It app. And it's just a quick way to shop because if you download that app, which is completely free, you go into it and you can literally shop everything that I have on in the picture. So it's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I know it's fun, just being able to dress up because we can't go out like that.
We can. So, and it's crazy because people
Hmm.
always ask me, like, do you get ready every day? And actually, no, I don't. I
Okay.
have a photographer and I'll go out and I'll plan my photo sessions and
Hmm.
we'll shoot like 10 outfits and go to 10 different locations. So
Oh,
I'll get
wow.
all my pictures ready for like at least the next 2 to 3 weeks done, so it's great. So I'm not
Yeah.
getting ready every day and putting makeup on every day.
Like you got a stash of photos and clothes and everything. But if you gotta stay ready, you gotta stay ready at all the time, and
Yep.
that's what you've been doing, and I love it. And I love, also the title of your blog as well.
hmm
How you say it? Peplum,
Peplum and bubblegum.
peplum, and bubblegum. I like that. It's so
Yeah.
cute.
So the name started because initially my blog was going to be about fashion and then also
Okay.
incorporating my kids. So that's kind of how bubblegum came into place. And my niche is really for like the moms out there, the
Yeah.
moms that have the kids that are still trying to look trendy and fashionable at a affordable price. That's where my niche is. And so it's for all the moms in their 30s and 40s that still want to look cute.
Yes, and you are doing it. And like I said, you are making it happen with all that's going on. Now, reality TV, stepping into that lane, how is it, just getting from, having your blog to stepping into reality TV? Because they kind of go together a little bit. I know it can help a little bit, in the
Yeah.
areas.
Yeah, I mean, with reality TV, it's always, there's always cameras in your face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I would say initially it was kind of awkward to, see the
Hmm.
cameras there and stuff. But then at the end of the day, you're being yourself. It's reality,
Oh my God.
so you kind of forget about the cameras, you forget about the people, the lights and all that. And I'm being myself. And what you see is my authentic self. I'm being true to all
Mhm.
my people out there.
And I love everything that you bring. And I want to tell people, too, you not only you have an educational background as
Mm-hmm.
well. You was a graduate of Mercer
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
University. I mean, in computer systems, like
Yeah.
you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that I wanted to go into. I loved computers. I knew that like I didn't just want to do computer science because that was my
Mhm.
initial thought, but I knew I couldn't just sit at the computer and do programming all day. So I was like, okay, let me incorporate business in it, which actually turned out being perfect because I was able to be in the cosmetic fashion world and
Mhm.
bring a little bit of business to it. So I was still doing like macros and a little bit of programming and also doing product development, purchasing, planning, which I could like do in the cosmetic fashion industry.
Yeah.
So I was getting the both the best worlds, doing
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty amazing. And you also, for anybody out there, you are Indian American.
Hmm.
For those who want to know, and I love it because even with you being on TV, like you're making history. Everybody, other Indian Americans are able to see someone just like them.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
funny because there really hasn't been a lot of Indian Americans
Hmm.
on TV, and to be able to kind of represent our culture and to talk about it and what we've gone through,
Yeah.
even with racism and stuff growing up,
Hmm.
it's nice to bring that to the table and share that with people. So, I mean, being brought up and raised in the South, it wasn't easy,
Hmm.
so I'm happy that I'm able to share what I've gone through and just the blend of both cultures. It's not easy being that first generation
Yes.
Indian American.
It's not. And how do you feel? Like, how do you feel, growing up with the
It
racism
was
and stuff?
tough. It was
Okay.
tough because, growing up in school, like everyone was either black or white. Brown
Hmm.
just didn't work. I was foreign to them just as they were foreign to me, and so I
Exactly.
realized in order for me to, somehow find the similarities and commonalities, I was able to somehow find it, by sharing a little bit about my culture and my
Hmm.
heritage. And there was obviously similarities and commonalities, and I was able to bridge the gap that way. But it was tough growing up. I was called lots of different names. I wasn't
Yeah.
always part of, groups and stuff like that. Even, I mean, I wasn't even asked to go to prom. People
Wow.
were like, didn't I literally one of my friends had to ask a freshman, like, hey, can you go with my Indian friend to prom, and that's
Hmm.
how I went. So it was tough,
Wow.
especially being
Like,
brought
you
up in the
have a
South.
story to tell, too. I mean, have you thought of writing any books or even doing a documentary?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely could be down the line, something I would
Yeah.
love to do because there's a lot to share. There's
Hmm.
definitely a story out there.
Yeah, because we need to hear more. Because you're right. We never hear too much about Indian American, and I would love to, hear more about your experience, through
Mhm.
a book or a documentary. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely would love to do that for sure.
Yes, yes. And now I'm gonna tell you, I've been watching Married to Medicine, and y'all have me cracking up. I'm telling. These past few Sundays have been like, oh my gosh, it's been crazy. But from your event that you had, I mean, it's been I've just been cracking up, but it's been amazing, and I love the show. I love the diversity in
Hmm.
everybody and everything that Bravo is bringing. So, I mean, I know that's pretty cool to be a part of it and to share it with powerful women and men
Right.
that's on that show. Everybody's doing something.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that initially for me, it was definitely hard to get my word in because, these ladies have been together for
Yes.
years now. They know each other very well. And so it was really me coming in and getting to know them and then being able to share my culture and my heritage.
Yes.
And finally, they were able to accept it and understand it and they loved it, and it was
Yes.
a great end to it all, once I kind of got through the hazing part of it.
You know, we all got to go through something, but
Yeah,
now
we do.
what do you got coming up? I mean, 2021. What I know you got big projects coming up. So
I
what
do
is next?
actually. There is something that I do have in the works.
Okay.
I'm not going to share it yet, but
Okay.
but when it is ready and we got it going and stuff, then you guys will definitely know about it for sure. But it is in the works.
Now I know we talk about your work and you know everything, your passions and what you love to do. Now tell us the fun things you like to do. I hear you like Bollywood dancing.
I do. I mean, dancing is just my thing. Like, I
Hmm.
definitely love Indian dancing, American dancing, anything. I'm kind of
Okay.
just a socialite, you know, like I love to be with friends, hang out with friends. I love to travel. Traveling is my big thing. And it was really tough this past year because we weren't
Oh
able to
my
go
goodness.
anywhere. So we actually finally just took a family trip to Miami because I was just ready to get out.
Oh
But
my.
that's something I love to do. And I can't wait to take my kids to India because growing
Oh.
up, I used to go there every summer. Every summer, I would spend months in
Mhm.
India with my mom's family, my dad's family, and it was amazing. And so I really want to share that with my kids too, you know, like where we're from.
Exactly. Now, is your parents in India or are they here?
They're here. They're
Oh
in
yeah.
Savannah, Georgia. So they kind of just stayed put there. And that's
Hmm.
exactly where I was born and raised as well. So
Oh,
it's
amazing.
nice because it's easy for them to come and visit and stuff like that. But we want to keep them there.
Yeah, you want to keep them learning, you know, the culture, their heritage, and you got to keep. Shoot, I wish I could go somewhere. I would love to go somewhere every summer. You know, that would
Yeah.
be so fun.
Yep.
And your kids, you know, like, I mean, with this pandemic going on, just that, and you know, how are you balancing that out? Because you got to
It
do
was tough.
school and projects.
It was really tough. Luckily, you know, Abir, he's only 3.
Okay.
So when the pandemic hit, they were both in school. Like he was in daycare. So it wasn't that big of a deal because,
Hmm.
you know, he's not like learning a lot, you know, in pre-K. But for Ariana, she was about to go to kindergarten
Mm.
in August. So pulling her out was kind of tough because, you know, during pre-K, they kind of prep you for kindergarten.
Yeah.
So it was tough getting her pulled out, you know, and they were both home and having to entertain them, but then still do my blogging. It was tough, you know, and so yeah, thank God I had like my nanny to help, you know, and come a few
Yes.
days and help me to at least get some time for myself to do the blogging and, you know, the things that I needed to do. But yeah, it was a tough year.
I said myself, I used to be a teacher before I did all of this K through 5, and I
Yeah.
could not imagine, you know, like how the world is just stopped, and you have to go as a parent and now do all this work
It is
that
so
might
tough.
be
I really
15
feel
years later, you know, from what
and
you
you know,
used to
there's still parents out there that have their kids in virtual. Luckily now, you know,
do.
Ariana
Hmm.
is going to school, but there's parents that are out there that are still doing the virtual learning and still having to work, and I have to give it to them because that
Yeah,
is tough. It is.
it is. Yeah, we gotta give it to them. You know, it's been rough, but I feel like there is light. It's about to shine bright on all of us. It's light at the end of the
Oh my
tunnel.
God. I see it. I see it. You know, I'm vaccinated now, so I feel good about that.
Hmm. That is good. You know, I mean, it's so much, but all I can see is, you know, joy and happiness and people, like a lot of people, they're building houses and, you know, things that they probably wouldn't have done during this time, creating
That's us.
businesses.
You know, we were in the process of building our home last year, and it was like the worst year to
Oh my
build a
goodness.
home. You know, I mean, my husband's salary got cut. You know, there was 10 weeks where he didn't work.
Mm,
So it was very tough for us, you know. But luckily, you know, towards the end of the year, he came through, you know, came out of it, and
yeah.
you know, we're in a much better place now. But
Yeah.
things definitely slowed down in the building process. You know, there were things that were supposed to get delivered that couldn't get delivered on time just because of COVID, you know. So it's been a slow process. You know, we should have been in our house back in September.
Wow.
And then it got pushed to November, then December, and now we're actually moving tomorrow.
Look, yay!
So I'm excited.
Look, patience, you know, it's all about timing. It's the right time, you know.
It is.
Because those times during November and them times was like a little rough.
I'm so ready though. I'm so ready.
Yay, that's exciting.
I know it is. So this is the last time you'll see this little backdrop, and all the noise that you hear is literally people packing in our home.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yay. So what are you gonna do to celebrate?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's actually my birthday this Friday, so I'm already celebrating on Friday. Aries.
Yeah. My daddy's birthday, April the 8th.
Whose birthday? Yours?
My daddy's.
Oh, happy birthday, Daddy. Yeah, so I'm going to be going out with friends and stuff on Friday. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure Karen and I, we're going to pop open some champagne.
Yes.
And we're just going to have
probably
just camp out in the living room for the first night and just all like put a tent out and sleep.
That is going to be so fun. I love things like that. I love it.
Order some pizza and just call it a night and watch some TV or something. We're just going to have a family night.
Now, do you know how to cook Indian food?
I do. Actually, the first year of our marriage, I cooked every day. And I cooked the full meal. And let me tell you, Indian cooking, it's not that easy. It's so many spices to it. I mean, we have this we call it a katori, but it's like this silver little thing. And there's like 6 or 7 different spices in there. And there's lots of cutting, like onions and garlic and ginger and all this stuff. So it's a lot to cook an Indian dish. And I cook like the whole meal, like the dal, the rice, the naan, the vegetable, a meat dish. Like we had the whole thing. So that was my first year of marriage. But then it went kind of downhill after that.
Oh, look, I've been to the restaurant. Have you been to the Indian restaurants here in LA?
I haven't actually, no.
Oh, they are amazing. One by USC, UCLA, I'm sorry. They have an Indian restaurant over there. It is so amazing. Like you said, I had this platter with all the different spices. Everything's so colorful, from the yellow to the red and the orange.
And my husband and I, we like our food really, really spicy. I mean, to another level. Like, he's South Indian, so South Indians in general eat a lot of spicy food. I'm Rajasthani. We like spicy food too. So the combination of both of us and our spice level, it's ridiculous.
So good. Oh my goodness. I love Indian food, and I just love it. But I'm just so honored to have you on today. And I just want everybody to get to know who you are. Sometimes, we don't get to know the person. We just want to talk about all this, and we want to talk about everything you're doing. And you are amazing. Like I said, you are an executive, you're a mom, and you are making things happen. And we have to celebrate. We have to celebrate you, your time, and everything you got going on, because you rock. You are awesome.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Yes. And I want to say, to anybody out there, if they wanted to connect with you on social media or follow your webpage, your blog, can you let them know where they can go to?
Well, definitely follow me on Instagram, Anila Sajja. That's where you're going to see most of my blogging, all my pictures, everything. I do have a website, thepeplambubblegum.com, but really this past year, it was like just a tough year in terms of, like a lot of people, honestly, they don't really follow the blog on the website. They want to follow it on Instagram. They want to see it right there. So in this generation, people just go straight to like Instagram, and then all my stuff gets transferred to Facebook. And then also on Twitter too. And then I have a little bit of TikToks out there, but just a little.
So everybody got to go to TikTok too.
You can see a little bit of my TikToks.
I got to see it. I got to go add you too, but I just thank you for being our guest, and we welcome you back anytime. You got any new projects, anything that you're working
absolutely.
on?
Thank you so much for having me. This was awesome. It was so great to meet you.
You too. And when I'm in the Atlanta, Savannah area.
You need to reach out. Reach out. We'll go out.
Yay.
Have some drinks.
Yes. And when you come to LA, we are here.
Yes, I will. Like I went to LA back in 2019 on a girls trip, and it was so much fun. We had a blast, and I definitely want to go back because I just loved the vibe there. Like I love the people, just love people watching. It's just everyone's beautiful. Everyone's beautiful. I'm like, what?
I think it's the energy. You know how like
energy,
when you go somewhere, you like it feels. Even when you walk out, if I walk out now, I'm like, it feels so good. It's so
I love
nice.
it. I love it. It kind of reminded me of New York City, but way more laid back. New York City, because I lived there for 6 years. So it was very hustle bustle, and people don't really have time to talk, but people really like to think that New York people are just very rude and mean. And I'm saying we, because I feel like I'm still kind of a New Yorker, but we're really nice people. We'll talk, we'll hang out and all that, but LA though, man, it's just a whole different, it's just a cool vibe. I love it. So I can't wait to hit LA back.
Yes. And you got to bring the kids because it's so much for the children. That's what I like. People who, it's family oriented. You want to go somewhere that's family oriented. So
I will bring the kids because they've never been. So
yeah, they'll love it. Well, thank you so much, for being with us today. I see everybody in the comments. They saying, hey. So
awesome.
I see we had a few questions, but we are limited on time. But I want to thank you again for being our guest. Everybody, you can go follow on Instagram, and also you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Nikki Rich Show TV. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.